Hey guys, it's your favorite Dinobot here, and welcome to the final versus battle before we start the Godzilla wave. We got Vladiator versus Unicron Trilogy, Cybertron, Galvatron himself. Two conquering tyrants. Let's talk about it. Vladiator is from the Bakugan Battle Brawlers, I think Nintendo Switch game. Vladiator was born in the Doom Dimension, a place of darkness. Dude was so powerful, right? That it took the Ancient Six, the Infinity Core and Silent Core, in order to just lock that man up. And here's the thing, right? They died in that process. Now, yes, they did come back, but the sheer fact that they died in their true forms in order to beat this man says a lot here. And keep in mind, Vladiator also beat Masquerade, Dan, and the rest of the Battle Brawlers. Now, again, keep in mind, this was Ultimate Dragonoid and Alpha Hydronoid. So, those were like the top two of the verse here. Now, you can say whoever you want is the more powerful of the two. Most people go Drago, most people go Hydronoid. But keep in mind the others of like Hydronoid, Praeus, Skyrus have been able to knock back and even harm Mectavius Destroyer. Being a dude that would be significantly above things like the Infinity Core, the Silent Core, and etc. Vladiator should not only be able to do this if he scales above them, but should be able to damage and if not inflict a mortal wound upon Mectavius Destroyer as well, which would put him not only in those complex multiversal departments, but into those outerversal departments as well. Considering the sheer fact that Vladiator was also able to take the Silent Core and was even considered a threat to Naga when he had it. And even then, he was also capable, he should also be capable, of beating Infinity Core Drago, or Infinite Dragonoid, or even to a degree, Cross and maybe even Helix Dragonoid to a certain extent here. Basically, any Dragonoid that had the Infinity Core, any form of dragon that had the Infinity Core, he should scale relative, if not slightly above here. And the sheer fact that he is able to hold infinite power within him, it says a complete lot here. And it took two infinite powers just to seal this man away. Keep that in mind. And keep in mind, the Ancient Six not only exist above the time and space of both Destroyer and the human world, but are so powerful, right? That they originally kept Naga in place. And again, they're able to even go inside and even able to warp the Doom Dimension to their own liking. The Doom Dimension being an infinite, endless void containing a time stream. Again, it's absolutely ridiculous here. And the sheer fact that they would scale, that Vladiator would scale above them, and even then, they also scale relative to each other. They scale relative to the Infinity Core as well. Yeah, I think Vladiator has some decent arguments for being an outerversal entity. However, let's talk about his abilities. Vladiator is a darkest Bakugan. Y'all know what that means, right? And he's a season 1 or a first season, darkest Bakugan. Meaning he has things like nullification, power amplification, redirection, he has regeneration, he also would have portal creation, considering he's able to bend space and time to his very will, and is even able to tear it apart at its foundations. Crazy, ain't it? And the sheer fact that he will also scale above an Infinite Core Drago, like an Infinite Dragonoid, where this Infinite Dragonoid was not only able to basically undo all of Naga's damage, but was able to separate and merge all of these 6 universes, even the universes of light and darkness themselves, into one. So I think that should pretty much cover it. Vladiator is an absolute monster, and definitely gonna have to put him up for Wave 8 superhero videos or more versus battles here. Now, let's go over Unicron Trilogy Galvatron. This absolute monster. This absolute Giga Chad of a nightmare. This Galvatron is capable of going toe to toe and actually consistently being able to match or beat Unicron Trilogy Optimus Prime and even clowning on Vector Prime. He even was able to not only nearly one shot and defeat his creator, who was at 1/5 of his power, but he was able to go toe to toe and even match, to a degree here, a Primus Spark Amp Starscream. Keep in mind, this Starscream had absorbed, I would probably say, 4/5 of the power of Primus himself. And yet, Galvatron was not only able to take an absolute beatdown from that Starscream, but was able to at least hit him so hard that it opened up a portal to another dimension. And keep in mind, him being above his first stage, which was Megatron, the same Megatron who was able to tear open an entire dimension? Like, bro did that with just sheer power alone. And you're supposed to fight him? Now, yes, Optimus Prime did do good at the end of the season, but this dude was an absolute monster. Now, keep in mind, Galvatron's hacks are somewhat limited. He has energy manipulation and energy projection, but he also is able to wield the power of Unicron. Basically, everything he does is around Unicron's power, and he is his strongest herald, as he would grow to surpass the avatars of Unicron, or at least an avatar of Unicron from that same trilogy. Now, this is very important here because he does possess the power of Unicron in his Megatron stage, but goes to surpass it and evolve past his original power, which was given to him by Unicron, and would get stronger than it, to the point where he beat Metroplex, a character that could easily one-shot him in his previous body. Again, that is substantially dangerous altogether. Now, let's talk a little bit about the Transformers cosmology, as we have to in every video, right? And I'm just going to keep it short. Infinite universes that operate on a higher mathematics, well, sorry, let me put it like this. Infinite multiverses that operate on a higher mathematics. These mathematics are confirmed to be quantum mechanics. Quantum mechanics dives into Hilbert space. Hilbert space is multi-dimensional. Each Transformers multiverse, including the Transformers Cybertron-verse, would be a multi-dimensional multiverse. And keep in mind, each universe is infinite in size. Alright? Each individual universe attached to that one multiverse is infinite in size. The multiverse contains every infinite possibility for that continuity. Okay? So G1, IDW, Dreamwave, Transformers Prime, Transformers Earthspark, all individual multiverses in the greater Transformers Omniverse. And again, he beat his creator while weakened. That is still a very powerful beat. That is legit like fighting. Shoot, that's kind of like fighting. I think like the one above all, in all honesty, and just one shot of him. Even if he's weakened, it's still a very crazy feat altogether, is what I'm trying to say here. And then you have the sheer fact that him being able to damage and almost kill Optimus from that series, with that same Optimus being able to tank the Unicron Singularity exploding on him. And then the sheer fact that he also has the power and the armor of Unicron, even being able to unlock his full potential with the Cyber Planet Key. So, yeah, we have it. Vladiator versus Galvatron. Who wins this matchup between these two tyrannical beasts? These evolutionary nightmares who push themselves beyond their limits. And believe it or not, I think they would have got along pretty well here. but then end up betraying each other at the very end, because you know it is what it is here. Now, while I do find Vladiator very powerful, I mean the whole, you know, Mechtavis Destroyer scaling and how the original Bakugan were able to harm him and stuff, and you know, kind of just circling that back down to Vladiator, who's much stronger than these characters like Tigera, Skyrus, and Alpha Hydronoid, and Infinity Infinity Dragonoid. Not sure why that was so hard for me to say, but excuse me. And again, he is very powerful. However, Galvatron operates on a much higher spectrum of power and has a much stronger and more direct power source. It's basically Unicron's power versus the Infinity Core, or excuse me, the Silent Core. With him also being able to use things like nullification, amplification, obviously durability bypass attacks, which a lot of Bakugans have. And with that being said here, that durability bypass might be an actual pain for Galvatron in this situation. However, Galvatron does have ways around it. He could simply overpower it and even create weapon constructs like what he did at the end of the Unicron trilogy, or at least the Transformers Cybertron series, and that is create a lightning sword. And this may even go through Vladiator's battle axe and, well, possibly kill him. Now, I won't say this is an easy fight. It's the same way with Drago versus Optimus. Except the thing is, though, Drago, by the end of the series, would dominate Vladiator. Like, Fusion Dragonoid versus Vladiator is not a contest at all. Especially if he has, like, fusions and stuff like that on standby. And the sheer fact that Galvatron surpasses himself, even when he had, like, Nemesis Breaker and even the power of the Earth itself. Yeah, Galvatron's definitely taking this, but I'll definitely say it's a high difficulty. He'll just basically overpower and just kind of broly a lot of Vladiator's attacks and stuff. But that's going to be all today, you guys. Please comment down below, like and subscribe and share with your friends. This is Legendary Grimlock, and I hope you have a blessed day.